Hello.
Hey there, everybody.
2 tomatoes,
I know. It really needs like sound effects, like, smooches. Holding hands. It needs a little music. I'm a little worried about the music thing because I know you got demonetized for music last year.
Silly YouTube.
But anyway, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Happy
Hi.
New Year.
I see some new people were here. I was like reading the comments while we were waiting for the time clock. Yeah, I'm excited. I saw somebody.
This is Tomato Talk Live. I'm Lauren.
I'm Jen.
And, oh, look, Michael's here. Hey, Michael.
Oh.
Whoa, look at that mustache. Can you see him?
Huh? Yeah, I can see him.
Michael just got here. Do you see the stash?
Oh, my gosh.
Nice, Michael. Oh, yay, I'm glad you're here, Michael. He's styling with a new mustache. I like it.
Yeah, that's wow, that's it. What?
Oh, he says he can't hear you. I can hear her.
Can you hear me? Can everybody else hear me?
Can you guys hear Jen? I can hear you. So this is Tomato Talk Live. We come to you normally on the first Friday of each month to talk tomatoes. And we missed last month, so we're happy to be back with you all. We're going to do tonight what we were supposed to do in December, which is talking about growing tomatoes indoors. We shouldn't assume they're all micros, right?
Because I'm growing full-grown plants.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I sort of am, but they haven't really gotten big yet. We do come to you live, but it is recorded. So for those of you unable to join us for the live, we very much honor you as well. If you are watching live, we are a interactive broadcast. We love to answer your questions, read your comments. Hi, Heidi. Glad you're here. We do get to as many as we can, but we can't get to them all. So we do our best to, and our producer extraordinaire down there helps us out as well. And for those of you watching live, we've got a great prize tonight given to us by our wonderful donor of every month, John Kramer. He's giving away $25 to Tomato Eden. That's tomatoeden.net. So all you have to do to enter is type in #tomato. Oh, look, it's Mr. Tomato Head.
Hello, Mr. Tomato Head.
He actually said hi from afar. You want to come pop in?
Yeah, let's see your face. Yes? No?
He thought about it.
He thought about it, and then he was like, nah.
He's getting a roasting pan. He's roasting cauliflower.
Okay.
Anyway, if you would like to enter to win, just type in #tomato. I've actually got it set up tonight where I'm going to try again the EV Mux giveaway tool, see if something in the new year's changed. But we have our backup too, just in case. So what's up with you, Jen?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just working on editing all my best of the year. So I spent a lot of the day doing that. Cherries is next, and then is dwarfs. And what else did I make notes on yesterday? I can't remember.
Wow.
But yeah,
so you didn't do these videos. And all the videos you did over the season, you didn't do best of before?
No, I've been procrastinating like the rest of 2024. I've been procrastinating. I think by December last year, I only did a few though. I didn't do as many as I'm doing this year, but my best of, I think I was done by December, and I'm just beginning. I think I put my first one up on January 1st, and my goal is to be done them all by the end of January because everybody's watching them, wanting to watch them right now.
Yeah, because everybody's choosing their grow list.
I just have been slacking all year round.
Yeah, right.
It's fine.
If anybody knows you and watches you, they know that you don't let any grass grow under your feet. You are always on. I'm exhausted just watching all your videos or seeing what you post. I can't even watch them all. I don't know how you film them and edit them all. I really don't.
You wouldn't think that if you see how much time I spend on my butt.
Well, you would have to with all the editing. I told her before the show, this is why I go live. I don't have to edit a thing.
Yeah. It does suck up a lot of time and a lot of sitting on your butt.
And I don't always go live. I've got videos. In fact, I put in the show notes on my channel. I don't know if I put it on Jen's, but I have a video that would be a good accompaniment to this. And Jen, I meant to ask you if you have something similar, but in the show notes, I have a video on growing micro dwarf tomatoes indoors, start to finish. So you can check the show notes for that. I'm sure you've got
I don't
probably
think I have
many of
anything
those.
like that, but I mean, I've shown what I'm growing, or I've
Yeah,
vlogged, stuff is in there, but
yeah,
like you're more specific with how
yeah.
what you use and all that stuff, and I've never
And
done
you're more of like a vlog.
yeah, some of it.
Well, you're kind of vlog and you're kind of
I feel
vlog.
like you do better, like you've done better with those. Um, you're just more specific. And for one thing, just this year was the year that I actually feel like I know what I'm doing.
Really?
growing micros. I've got it figured out. Like last year, like I can grow things, but like I didn't really get any tomatoes last year. And I don't know why, but this
Hmm.
year my plants are like covered in tomatoes and I'm so excited. Like I've got some I'm gonna
Nice.
try.
Oh, you know what? I should go. I'll go in a minute. I'll go get some of my drop the micro fruits.
Starting seeds for those this week at some point.
Yeah,
Stuff that you sent me that's yours. I'm starting all the different seeds.
yeah,
And I wasn't going to start any more seeds until after the new year because I don't have any basement floor left.
yeah.
It's getting a little crowded down there, but that's
It
okay.
does with micros. And I
Yeah.
was looking around today to to show. I'm usually really good at being able to show progress of micro dwarfs year round because I grow them indoors year round. And make sure you and I talk about. We've shared it before, but our new revelation that we have with Kina regarding growing micros
Oh
indoors.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was telling Jen, like right now, everything I'm looking at for the most part are things that I'm stabilizing of my own. I've got drop the micro. This one's white baby. That's going to be the white one.
I'm excited for that one. I
Yeah.
don't think I have any white micros.
I don't think they do. I don't know how I lucked out. I'm growing only three plants, which really isn't enough to like fully stabilize, but I'm growing three plants. The first one came out, they're actually very pale yellow. So that plant will be out, and I'm hoping one of the other two will be white. I think Lucas Wallman said they would be white.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, and then drop the micros, my bicolor, and then Kina ended up getting a couple variants because I sent her NUF1 seed, so she's got Microangelo? No, Magic Micro, based on Magic Mike. We named one of them, and shoot, what was the other one? Now I'm not remembering. We named two of them. I don't remember. I thought I had it written down. I've got like a list. I'm looking down because I've got a little list on my computer of ideas for micro dwarf names. I was pretty excited about Magic Micro and Drop the Micro. I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, those are good names. I like them. Yeah.
And I'm going to do, I think my Candy Berry Tiny Totem mix, I'm going to put TLC in the name.
Oh,
I think I'm going to call it TLC Sugar Treasure is what I'm thinking of for that one.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's really good name.
So Jen and I are going to be talking. We're going to be showing you some pictures of what we do to grow indoors, talking about our experience. We want to hear from you guys too. What are game changers for you? And I want to ask you that, Jen, after we get to some more comments, but like, what is the difference between this year that you're doing versus years past where they haven't done well? I can probably say a difference for me. And I think we now use a lot of the same products. So maybe that's it, but it could also be a fluke. It could be related to a variety. Who knows, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've still got stuff that I'm doing all the same things, but there's certain plants that just look like crap. Start to finish. The whole time they're alive, and it could be like there's some disease that was attached to the seeds.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know, but they just struggle, and it's just like, what is wrong with you?
The whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got some that like they've got indoor what looks like disease, and then there was one. I think there's certain varieties they don't like as much light as all the other ones.
Interesting.
So I pull them away from being directly underneath the lights, they perk back up. And it's just like you just got to find. Sometimes there's finicky plants, and you just got to troubleshoot sometimes.
True. It's true. Like
Some of them like to be dry. Some of them, the second they get dry, they start to shrivel up and look like terrible. And then they're, vice versa. So I think they all just have different qualities of
they do.
that they
Like the
prefer.
white babies, it's the same exact cross as Drop the Micro. And that one, the foliage does not look as healthy as white baby does. And the same exact cross. So you really just never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, what else? Let's show our shirts. We're both wearing shirts. Tomato season. It's not just a hobby; it's a way of life.
Yep,
nice.
Yep.
I told Jen I was out when she came on because I came so close to wearing the exact same shirt in the exact same color I have it in. But I decided I wore that color yesterday for Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. So I decided to try a different color. Mm-hmm. Mine says I'm not a hoarder. I'm a tomato prepper.
I have that one too, and it's dirty. All three of my other ones are dirty. I was frantically because I didn't want to wear this color because I was telling Lauren it makes me look like it just is the same color as my face.
Doesn't. And how crazy is it? Like your sweater's the same. It looks like we're twins.
We like match.
We didn't even plan this.
Color coordinated, and I love your earrings.
Thank you, Jen. If you miss our Christmas episode, holiday episode, Jen made me these wonderful. Is it crochet?
Crochet earrings. And for somebody that's got like chubby fingers, oh my Lord.
Do you?
Yes, they are just stubby, chubby, and like, like I had to start over multiple times. Like, I'm gonna get this.
Well,
like the muscle memory, like I don't crochet throughout the year, and then come Christmas, like that's what I want to give people gifts and stuff, is crochet items and things. And then like your muscle memory has died, and you're sitting there like trying to
with my tremors, I don't think I could do it. Yeah. In fact, sometimes seeds, filling seed orders is really, if I've got the tremors bad, I can't do it. Did I say orders? I meant trades. I don't.
Trades. It's the same thing. Sometimes it feels like an order.
Yeah, it does. So Jen and I have our shirts from Inspired Garden Life. Wonderful people, Tim and Darylyn. We don't make any money for this. We just really like them and like the shirts. And they've offered a forever coupon code for Tomato Lovers Collective and Swapper. Any of our viewers really. TLC15 at checkout. Speaking of TLC, we have a group, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. If you're not aware, please join us. We are an awesome sauce collective and community of true tomato lovers that are very generous. Everybody likes to share seeds and share knowledge, and it's just a great place for the tomato lover, whether you're a beginner or not. So join us at Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. Didn't I say like 5 minutes ago after comments I wanted to ask you something, and now
I'm like, we forgot about comments. Oh
we've shown one comment.
Oh,
hi, blah blah.
Are you going back to the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the best way to keep track. Okay. I think, for me anyway.
All right, you go.
I'm going to skim here. Cynthia Stone. Hi, Cynthia.
Hello, Cynthia.
Mike Williams, our friend behind the Hazel Creek Tomato, which I'm super excited for.
Oh, yes.
Dee's Garden Adventures. Hi, Diana. Thanks for being here. Sherman's here. Hey, Sherman.
Oh, hello, Sherman.
Happy New Year to you, too. Always nice to be here. And here's a new one. Kim Pierce.
Yeah.
Hi, Kim. Welcome.
Hi, Kim. Welcome.
I don't know if you're in our group already, but make sure you join us. We would love to have you. Oh, by the way, something that we never talk about, Jen. Thanks for being here, Kim. We're really happy to have you. Did I say Ken? I meant Kim. What is wrong with you today?
Kim.
Jen and I both have Instagram channels. So you can follow Jen on Instagram at JenJoy383.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you can follow me at Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head.
Yeah. And I just said in a video, I can't remember if it's up or not yet, to go follow you on there because you put up all those wonderful reviews of all the tomatoes you grew this year. Like the pictures And then you're descript, like I said, you go into detail about stuff just beautifully. You can
Oh,
write. I was just talking how Craig LaHoolier can write. So can you. You can
thank
write.
you.
Every single one. Even when you say you didn't really like it, like the other things that you talk about, you're like, well, I still want to try it. Like
Well,
you just
that's a good compliment
you make it
because
sound interesting no matter what. Like it could be like
thanks.
we rated this a 4, but all the other stuff you said about it was like, well, I want to try that. Like
That's a great compliment.
yeah,
Thanks. Because there are some that I want to show it, I want to talk about it, but we didn't really care for it all that much, or it was very forgettable.
yeah.
So, like, if it's something like that, I try to say, but if you like fruity without tangy, this could be for you. So, thank you. That's a nice compliment.
Welcome. You
What
it's deserving.
what we do together between you and I, we complement each other really well, I think.
Yes, even in
Because
clothing.
even in clothing. And make sure to like and subscribe to whatever channel you're watching this on, whether it's mine or Jen's. If you subscribe to Jen and don't subscribe to me, please join. If you subscribe to me and don't subscribe to Jen, please subscribe to her as well. It's
Yes,
really
come
helpful.
hang out with me.
Yeah. Who else we have?
People
Kim.
don't really know that liking a video is very helpful. Just that one little click, if that's all you do to support us, it's helpful because it just shows YouTube that you like the video, and then they'll want to push it more. And so
I
we'll
didn't
get.
know that until recently. Did you know that? I think
Oh
you
yeah,
probably told me.
yeah, yeah. It's I've known it for quite a while. When I myself, when I started watching YouTube, I never did. You'd hear everybody that you watch say, "Please like, subscribe,
Right.
leave a comment." Leaving a comment too, even if it's just like 3 words. I liked this. Just all the comments. YouTube sees, oh, there people are interacting, people are liking, and then they'll say, let's put this closer to the front page, kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? So other people will see it more, and then your channel will grow, and then it's just like a,
Good to know.
but yeah, just
I
click
mean,
that like
technically, I
button.
can monetize now. I don't even know if I need to fill something out or what. I
I-
started filling something out, but then I haven't heard back. I don't think I've made anything. I mean,
You'll
I'm
have to talk
small,
to
but
Ben about that.
yeah.
'Cause he, he does all that stuff, because I'd have no clue.
Well, I should look into it. I've had
Yeah,
1,000
you really should. You've been monitoring
members
for
for
a while
quite a
now.
while.
You're missing out.
I started something, but I'm not rolling in the dough yet, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong.
Even if you were, you could still probably buy like a candy bar.
Hey, a candy bar's a candy bar. Hi, Eric. Thanks for being here. Oh,
Uh-huh.
our friend Harley the Swamp Bitch is here. Hi, Harley.
Hello.
Tamira's here. Hi, Tamira. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you. Nice to see you here.
Is it 64 people watching?
Yes.
Is that what yours says? Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Hi, everybody. By the way, if you're watching us on Instagram, great. Happy to have you. But we can't see comments that come in from Instagram. So if you would like to comment and be, part of the broadcast with comments and all of that, you can watch on Jen's YouTube channel, which is Jen Joy, or my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. But you're welcome to just watch. Just know if we're not answering you, it's because we can't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. And we can no longer stream into Facebook groups, which kind of stinks too.
Yeah, we were able to for a little while, and then Facebook put a kibosh to that.
Yep. Brandy
Ooh.
Murphy, I just received my Baker Creek order today and sitting down to watch y'all and finally plan this garden. Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks for.
I have not ordered from Baker Creek this year.
I haven't either. It's weird. I just have so many seeds, and I'm not even talking tomatoes, just in general. I don't know that I have to order anything from Baker Creek. I think I looked at the new stuff. There may have been 1 or 2 things that looked interesting, but
there were some flowers I think I saw, and I was like, ooh. The one thing I really wanted was this green-fleshed squash. And Deanna from Dee's Garden Adventures. Thank you, Deanna. I know you're here. I think, she's here, right?
Yeah, she's here.
Thank you. And I'm so growing every single seed you gave me. I want to get a squash. So, yeah, it's like this, what was it? Iote squash. So that was that squash.
It's a summer squash or a winter squash?
I think it's winter.
Okay.
Squash.
I'm not that, I mean, I like winters. No, I don't really like winter squash. That's a lie. I don't know why. Because, I eat plant-based. I love vegetables and all that. I like delicata squash. But I don't like acorn and butternut and all of those.
Those
They're
are soups. That's soup. That's what
spaghetti
I use
squash. Um,
I want to make a green soup or green pie with my IoT squash
you should.
for
I,
Halloween.
I love summer squash, though. I am kind of a
Mm.
collector of zucchinis and summer squashes.
Yeah.
So that's why I got excited there for a minute. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for being here.
Hello.
Amanda Lammy. Nice to have you here, Amanda. Thank you for being here. Hector's here. Hello.
Hello, Hector.
Rowena's here. Since the last time we spoke, the Canadian postal strike is over. So
Yes.
those of you in Canada,
I just mailed out my last grow out seeds to the person that was waiting for them.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have, I think, 3 or 4 grow out ones to send. We kind of decided to wait until January too, so I should get this out there.
I see we reached our comments at the very beginning.
What?
I said we reached both of our comments at the very beginning now.
I see that. Did you
It's
write that? Because I didn't forget.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, great minds. We both think alike at the same
I
time.
know, we're twins. Hi,
Mhm.
Cindy. Did I ever say hi to Pretty? I don't know. Hi, Pretty. Thanks for being here.
Happy
Missy
New
Smith's here. Happy New Year, you guys. I'm going to digress. Surprise, surprise. Jen and I decided yesterday our February episode is going to be the first Thursday of February, not Friday. I have a wedding on Friday.
Same time?
Yeah, same exact time.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking me what time the wedding was.
Oh, no. Well, that's good to know too. I'll be
I thought
thinking
you were going to be like, well, you can do the show after the wedding. Yeah, so February 6th, Thursday, February 6th at 7 o'clock, and we are going to be talking about
starting seeds.
Starting seeds.
So we're going to start from start to finish and kind of tell you what our process is.
Yep.
And how to start and what to start and when you should
do it. I think we do a lot of things similarly, just like with micros, but there's some differences too, I'm sure. So
yeah, I've adopted some of your practices, so they work well.
I think so too.
Why not?
I think I already said hi, Missy. Hi, Missy. And our friend Linda's here. Hello, hello.
Oh, hello, Linda.
Deborah from Down Under. Welcome, Deborah.
Oh, hi, Deb.
Tara Dove. Hi there.
Happy New Year.
Anthony's here. Hi, Anthony. Hope Keena's here. I don't know if Keena's here or not. I haven't seen a comment. It's very late for her. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
she tends to watch these next day. Hi, Amy. Always a good time to spend an afternoon talking about tomatoes. Happy to have you here. Cindy, Happy New Year, everyone. Cheers to a great tomato year. It's going to be epic.
Yes.
Epic tomatoes.
I found a horseshoe over at Materville. So
got the sign.
Uh-huh.
Got the sign. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Dana Smith is here. Hi, Dana. Thank you for being here. We have 81 live viewers right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Hello. If you're joining us late and you're watching live, make sure you type in hashtag tomato, and we will do a drawing at the end of the episode. John Kramer is giving away a $25 gift certificate to Tomato Eden, which is incredibly generous. So make sure you type in hashtag tomato.
Yeah, you'll be able to use that 25 like that.
Just like that. Yeah. And she's having a sale right now.
Yeah, 25% off. Oh,
25% off.
So hard for me not to place another order.
I know.
I really
do. She always does a sale like right after I place an order.
Bought everything. I've already bought it all. Bought all my gifts. And then she's like, we'll put it on sale. I'm like,
I know.
And then at that point, I'm just like, you don't need to get any more seeds.
No, it's ridiculous. My desk here is just overflowing with seeds I haven't logged or half open. Oh, speaking of unboxing, we're doing one together next week.
Yeah. Next Friday, we're going to do live again. Yay!
We are.
Old South
Yeah,
Seeds,
but
right?
different time, right? We'll do the 4 o'clock time. Did we decide that?
I
Or did
think,
we not
yeah,
decide?
because it's
Yeah, I have written down 4, but
okay. Yeah, I
is
mean,
that good for you?
yeah,
So we'll be unboxing Old South seeds.
yeah.
Um,
I'm excited
me
to talk
too.
about them. I'm very excited to
Me
talk about
too.
them.
Me
Really
too.
cool. I think they're new, right? Is it a new company? I've never heard of it.
They are. It's a couple old timers to the tomato community who have teamed up together um, to offer. And I looked at my order; it looks fantastic, and their offerings are phenomenal.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
I went to just check it out because somebody had mentioned it, and I was just like, "Oh, I never heard of them. Let me take a look."
yeah,
And the first like 15, I was like, "I've never heard of any of
yeah,
these." And the stories behind them, because they have the stories,
hmm
just like in the cart, in the cart, in the
I
cart.
know. Same, same. They're on Etsy, Old South Seeds. So yeah, tune in next Friday. When is it? The 10th at
Okay.
4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Jen and we haven't done an unboxing together
No,
in a
we've been
while.
talking about it. I don't think we've ever.
I think we did a Tomato Eden one once.
No, we talked about doing it. I don't think we actually did it. I
A
did
long
one.
time
You
ago.
were with me.
Oh,
Well,
maybe that's what it was.
because I'm a sissy and I get so
No,
nervous
you're not.
going live. I need my best friend there. You sat there where I showed everything, but it wasn't like together where, I mean, it was sort of the same thing, but
Yeah, well, I felt I
it
was
was
like I was
fun because
unboxing
we
too.
haven't told each other what we got, and I wonder how many duplicates we got. Like you got what I
Oh,
got.
I'm sure. It's pretty much everything new she puts up. I'm just like cart, 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 cart.
Yeah.
More seeds than I will ever be able to use. Illustration
Oh,
Station just found your channel today.
whoa, very cool.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome to
Glad you
Tomato Talk
found us.
Live. If that's your drawing illustration station, I like it a lot. Can you see that, Jen? The drawing in their
Let me get a little
profile?
closer. This is gonna get scary. Oh, it's like a little puppy, right?
Yeah, it's
Fur balls.
adorable.
Oh, yeah,
Glad
that's
you're
pretty cool.
here.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody's mentioning a porn stash. I don't know what that's in regard to.
Oh, the porn stash. Oh my
Oh, the porn. Oh, Michael's mustache. Oh, he's laughing backstage. Oh, and he's turning. I can see how red he is from.
Take it off. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Michael
Well,
would have
you
been.
mentioned Magic Micro.
Yeah.
Have him hold it. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Definitely.
people are just now answering the question if they can hear you or not. It's 26
Okay,
minutes ago.
coming in
Sorry,
loud and
everybody.
clear. That's good because if not, we'd be in trouble.
I'd be talking to
We'd,
myself this whole time. Hi,
we'd have a
Claudia.
lot of upset people.
Some Cynthia Stone says she was going in and out on you a little bit. Can you hear her now,
Oh, with me?
Michael? Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so it was all you, not me.
Hi, Sue Debbie. Thanks for being here. South Louisiana, Mike. This is Harley, the Swamp Bitch's significant other. Hi there. Happy holidays to you.
Hello, I didn't know that. You're much better with the like YouTube names with the actual people. I've
I
got a
don't think
few.
so. I think you're much better at that.
Oh, really?
I know a few of them.
Yeah.
I'm getting better,
Yeah.
but there are some that I don't. I assumed you were better at it for sure.
No, it's the opposite.
Hi,
I
Lisa.
wish all their faces were right there and I could hear
I
their
know.
voices, and then I'd be like they would like actually say their comments, then it'd be like in my brain a little bit better.
Yeah. Same. Hi, Mandy. Happy New Year to you. It's late for you
Oh,
too.
man.
Glad you could join us.
Everybody's hashtagging tomatoes. I don't know where you're at.
We're in comments.
Yeah, did you scroll past all the hashtag tomatoes yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Jamie said my best of videos are her favorite. Thank
that's
you.
nice. I have
Yes.
to watch them.
Well, I'm glad you like them because I work hard on them.
So Heidi's got our first question. What
Okay.
makes a plant's fruit mealy?
You know what? I don't even know the answer to that. I would say variety has something
Variety
to
for
do with
sure.
it.
Leaving it hanging out too long
Yeah,
would make it mealy,
overripeness
but
can sometimes make it more mealy, but I've had just varieties that are mealy.
same.
It's just the variety. I think I don't think it's anything. Well, I shouldn't say that because I don't know for sure, but I don't think it's like overwatering or the
I don't think
flesh
so either.
of a characteristic of the types of tomato.
For
I had
sure.
one I thought was super pretty, yellow vernissage this year, and I've tried the other vernissages. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Sounds good to me.
um, and I think I tried black. And what was the one I tried last year? Black vernissage, and was it pink or red? Red, I can't remember. But there's different colors, and I do not recall the other ones being mealy. But
Hmm.
this year, yellow vernissage was mealy. Every single fruit, and it was bland. And I was just like, it must have been crossed with something yucky. I don't
Yeah,
know. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that either. I would agree with you. I don't think it's any kind of deficiency. Definitely, there are some varieties I think that are more mealy. Leaving them around too long will do that, especially with micros. But like my drop the mic, not this one, that's white baby, but drop the micro can get a little mealy,
mm.
um, even in now the third generation. So yeah, I think it's still tasty, but it's a little mealy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if it's tasty, there were some that I tried that had a little bit of that mealiness, but the flavor of it was so good, I'd look past that mealiness. But if you
Yeah,
ain't got flavor and you're mealy,
yeah.
ew, like why?
And
Not
it
even.
depends on how mealy too, right? Because
Oh
there's
yeah,
some that
some
are a little mealy and some that are
the
very.
texture of them is so bad. You're just like
Yeah,
let it
that's
fall.
how Go Mango was for me this year. Go
Oh
Mango,
really?
yeah,
Oh,
I
I
was not a
like
fan.
low
Or,
mango.
wait, am I getting it
Was
mixed
it
up with
low
Krimsky
mango?
Malahit? May have been Krimsky Malahit. No, it was Bo Mango. It was Bo Mango. But I
Hmm.
didn't have the healthiest plant right from the get go. It didn't last very long, so that could have had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
That's a good question, though.
that is a very
Right.
good question, and now I need to research
Yeah, me too.
it.
Um, Kim says, I've started using 1 gallon grow bags for my micros this season after seeing Lauren's, and my plants are so much healthier.
Yeah, I've
That
got
is
some. I brought some
definitely
examples up.
a game changer for me.
Here's some of the ones I just uppotted, and they were looking really rough. Was it like 2 weeks ago I uppotted them? They were like purpley, like almost like they weren't getting enough nutrition being in
Mhm.
those little containers. And look, they're all greened up
They
and
do.
getting ready to get big. This one here is Napaz. Is that how you say it? Napaz 2?
I
There's
always say Napus, but it's Russian.
Napaz.
I have
Is it
you're,
2 or
you're
11?
probably right. I believe it's 11, but some
11.
people write 2 because it's like Roman numerals. I
Yeah,
think it's
like
11
I wasn't sure, but that's
because
what that one is.
there's 4. Yeah, I'm actually
Mhm.
growing, I think 4 right now, which is sort of a micro dwarf.
Then I've got some in bigger pots, so
Oh, very nice. By the way,
it's a
it should be
3 gallon.
all the products we talk about tonight. I've put the links in the show notes already, but I will share them in the comments as well. So make sure you check the show notes.
I like tomatoes now.
What'd you say?
I said, I smell like tomatoes now. Every time I do that, I think of that. I can't remember what the comedian was, where she like was it Superstar, and she
Yeah, Molly Shannon.
she would do this.
There's
I'm 4 years
Molly
old. I'm
Shannon.
4 years old. Yes. She's like, sometimes when I get nervous, I'll put my hands underneath my armpits and then I'll smell them. So that's what I think of every time I like smell my fingers after it smells like tomatoes. Better than my pits, probably. So,
Blah says she's the gallon grow bags too. Excellent.
mhm.
Excellent.
Yeah, they have them in like all gallons. 1, 2, 3.
They do. I've just put the ones that Jen likes in the comments, the link in the comments. Well, I don't think the grow bag makes a whole lot of difference. I'm going to put the ones.
There's something I do want to say about that. I remember you saying like your grow bags, you noticed that they didn't dry out.
Yes.
I noticed I don't like when I like I'm sure you maybe do research things more than I do, which I don't. I don't research things. I just see something and it looks like what I want and I'm like, okay, I'll get that. Well, I know that I've bought two different types of grow bags. They look exactly the same, but I don't think they are. Like I have some grow bags that like I will dry out a lot,
Yeah.
whereas others hold the moisture. Like
That's
I've
a
got
good point.
so
Some of the cheaper ones, I think, have thinner material. That maybe that's it.
more porous. I don't really know what the deal is, but I remember you saying mine don't dry out like that, and I thought, and I've noticed this year I'm using the two different ones, and there's one that like they don't dry out, and then the other one's like it's a day. Now my basement is pretty hot. It's pretty hot down there, but like yeah, I think that sometimes it could be the quality. Like not all grow bags, I don't think are made exactly the same, and that's with most stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So I'd say read the reviews, and maybe the reviews will tell you.
I just put a link to what I've been using lately in the comments as well, and I put Jen's on. I've been liking these Vivo Sun 1 gallon. They're taller than wide, and they've got this Velcro side, which makes it easy to up pot if you need to.
Oh, see, yeah,
those are new.
If you
and
want,
they are a little thicker. They're a little more expensive, but they're a little
See, I don't think that. I think, I'm cheap. It looks the same. It must be the same, but I'll spend less money. That's not always the case. But that's where my brain goes right away.
Well, I mean, you think how much of a difference can grow bags make? That's what we would think, right?
I mean, if you don't want to water a lot, maybe go.
Yeah, and I was also starting to think that maybe mine don't dry out, and because I use Fox Farm or using Fox Farm.
There is Fox Farm in this. I feel like some of them are a mixture of Fox Farm. Then I brought this other one up that I think is pretty comparable. I watched, I forget what the channel's name is. They're really popular, but they took like 15 different kinds of bagged soils and they tested them out. And Fox Farm was like a third or fourth or something. This one was, well, I mean, of course, they're growing conditions. You never know exactly what they did,
right.
But they just, they tried to keep everything the same. I mean, that's what they said. They tried to keep it all the same. But this one was actually, let me see if I can get it. It's heavy. I haven't opened it yet. Oh, God.
I've got a bag of soil sitting over here, too.
Here.
Pro Mix. I know Pro Mix.
So this was, I think, better, if I recall correctly. But it does pretty well for me. I have used it some last year, and it's a little cheaper, and it's got that mycorrhizae fungi and that good stuff. And then I also started using this. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, the Bigfoot.
It's like crack,
and it stays moist, so that's why I thought
it's even moist.
That's why they weren't drying out
in the bag. It's moist in the bag. Like you open the bag and it's moist. And that's got bat guana in it, if I remember correctly, right?
Bat guana, worm castings, kelp meal.
It's filled with lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
And then did you? Yep. When you up pot, give a little sprinkle. There's ones this one's the granular, but they also have like the powder.
Yeah.
Like almost like flour. And then you can like actually like take the roots and like dust the roots in that and then put it in there. But
I'll use that if they need fertilizing because it's water soluble. So I'll mix it in with a pitcher and if I need to fertilize, but I put the granular in the whole.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I had been using other mycorrhizae a year or two ago, like Trifecta or whatever was cheapest at the time.
Yeah.
But why I like this one is because it's not just mycorrhizae. It's got biostimulants in it, like biochar, kelp, humic acid. So yeah, I've been swearing by this stuff lately too.
Yeah, it definitely. When I up pot, remember I just told you the micros that I just up potted, the little one I was showing you.
Yep.
They were looking rough, and it wasn't but just a few days. And I used this in the hole.
Yeah,
and they just started because they almost looked dead. I was like, oh, they look deficient, and some of them might not need it. They're all doing great now. And I think it's probably partly this Bigfoot. Oh, there's another thing I swear by too. And it's a very simple thing, but if you're like me, when you start, I feel like when you start learning how to like garden and do things, grow inside, you really want to get it right. So you watch everything. And a lot of times they'll tell you you got to sterilize everything, even your soil.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you have bugs. Well, when you sterilize with boiling water your soil, you kill everything. So then you have no nutrients in the
Right.
soil. So you got to fertilize, you got to fertilize. I have learned just deal with the bugs. Okay. So
So have I.
get yourself about 3,000 of these. Okay. And just catch the bugs
Yep.
because your plants are healthier, I think, if you're not sterilizing or buying like sterile soil. Um, just deal with the bugs, basically, is what I
I
want to
deal
say.
with the bugs, and
I'm
mine
dealing
are
with
quite.
bugs.
This one's
Yeah.
not so bad. Mine are quite buggy right now, but I'm getting these like pink aphids,
Isn't that lovely? Yum,
and
yum.
those things really work. I just put a link to uh, Jen's sticky traps in the comments also, but just a reminder, all of these links are in the show notes already.
Yeah, because I actually used these outside, these exact pots. Like I didn't dump the soil out of them. I just took out the dead plant from before, and then dug a hole and put my new plant in it. So
Mhm.
there was even like pill bugs and potato bugs. I'm like, oh wow. Like
Some people like really do a good job cleaning their grow bags. I do not. I
oh,
do not. Like
I've never cleaned anything.
no,
And
no.
that might bite me someday. That might bite me someday, but I will hope that day is far, far away. That's all I'm going to say. I don't have the time to sterilize my pots and containers.
No, me
And
neither.
outside is
I shake
dirty.
the dirt out. I put
Outside's dirty. Whatever.
dirt is good for you.
Yeah, a little
Dirt
bit of
and bugs.
disease and
Besides the Bigfoot in the hole, I put a little bit of Neptune's Harvest crab and lobster shell granulated just for a little calcium. But if I could only choose one, it would definitely be the Bigfoot for sure.
yeah.
Um,
I just put all my shrimp peels in my compost. Because
ooh,
everybody gets shrimp for New Year's Eve.
yeah,
So we
good
got
idea.
I peeled all of it and put my peelings right in my compost.
Good
So,
idea. That's good stuff.
mhm.
Michelle asks, how do micros do in a green stock, or is it better to grow inside?
um, well,
Micros do great in green stock.
I, I
Most.
grew, yeah, I grew, not last year, but the year before, 2 entire green stalks full micros, and they did pretty well, including the neglect that they suffered from me. Yeah, so there were some that got too big for its britches, and then others that put on tons and tons of fruit. Again, I think it's like, the soil that you use,
Yeah.
watering habits,
How
all
much
that.
sun it gets, because you have I
Much.
get mine on the spinner.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and I would always forget to spin mine.
yeah, same. But go in our group, we have a spreadsheet with all the micro and mini dwarf varieties on there, and I continue to populate it as I learn of more. But I
Mhm.
have a list of the heights of all of them, so I would pay attention to the heights.
Yes.
One year I grew, oh, what the heck was the name of it? Something bunny, not chubby bunny.
Bunny kisses?
No, not that either.
Chocolate bunny?
What?
Chocolate bunny?
I don't know, a chocolate bunny.
There's a
No,
chocolate.
what was it? I don't know, but it was one of bunny hop seeds as micros, but it was really a mini dwarf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
See that I have that on my notes right here. That I do not. That's one thing because I just want to grow everything, and then I don't
yeah,
pay attention to anything. So I will just like, oh, that sounds great,
yeah,
and it's like 2 feet tall. It's
right.
not. It's like and then my plant suffers because I put it in a 1 gallon pot. And if you're trying to grow a 2 foot plant in a 1 gallon pot, you can do it, but you got to fertilize
Yeah,
the crap out of
yep,
it. So it's
yep.
like you're just going to stand there, all day long, fertilize, water, because it's going to, suck up all that because it's 2 feet
It
tall.
does, and you'll get tomatoes, but you won't have as many.
Yeah.
Um,
They just are trying to stay alive.
By the way, the link that I put for the Vivo Sun grow bags, these things, they have a 2-gallon version of that same with the Velcro now too, which must be new.
Oh, neat.
But I think that same link has it. Let's look at some of your photos. And did
Okay.
we answer Michelle's question? So my
Um,
my answer would be they do great in the green stalk. Pay attention. I wouldn't get any taller than maybe 10 to 12 inches. Would you think that?
yes,
About
unless you're gonna like, I was able to like, I was gonna talk about these too. Like, I have these bamboo stakes or any kind of
Oh
stakes.
yeah, those.
You can try
Great.
staking them, but if you have a lot of fruit on the plant, they're gonna like pull on the stakes. I had
Right.
that issue too. So yeah, I would say the smaller, the better chance you have at just not having to fiddle with it as much. But yeah,
Right.
they'll do well. You just got to put good stuff in your
Yeah.
pots. You know,
Oh,
good
little peeps. That's the one I grew that was
little peeps. Oh
enormous.
yeah,
That
that's
one was big, and I just wasn't paying attention. I'm like, "Ooh, micro," but
mini.
you know, nowadays vendors, like within the past years, vendors are starting to distinguish between micro dwarfs and mini dwarfs, which
And
is
then
kind of
there's
the step
dwarf.
in between dwarf. So,
Mhm.
right, dwarf, mini dwarf. I mean, there's no real guideline, but somewhere
Yeah,
between 12 to
20.
maybe 16 to 24 inches, would you
Yeah,
say?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 to 20, 16,
Yeah.
24.
Get
You know,
maybe
it's just
14, 16-inch micros. It's pretty
like
tall. It doesn't seem like a lot when you're starting like micropalooza. Then they
these are
start to grow.
manageable.
What's
These
that?
are manageable. Like these are manageable, especially like when they like bush out like this. Some of
Yeah.
them will bush out, and then there's others they'll like stretch out and want
Right.
to be tall, and then they just fall over with all their fruit. So
Right.
those you got to fiddle with. I like the ones
Yeah.
that are bushy.
Yeah. Me
Just
too.
yeah.
But
So
and you probably will have to stake. And what Jen showed, those bamboo stakes do work great. I've
they
bought.
They have plastic metal ones too, and they come in different sizes. Like I used, I think they were 4 foot ones for my dwarves, but they
Yeah,
come
we
in
have
all different
a
sizes.
lot of bamboo under our deck, and I always have. Oh, I didn't even think to get this link. I have. Do I have anything staked with it? Well, I'll show you this.
Oh, I think I have a picture of the full size plants I'm growing.
Don't mind
They have
this,
the
but
green stakes.
I get sticks like this with the flat end on there, and I've been getting them on Amazon. You can get 4 inches to 24 inches, and they work great for staking micros. You'll need it in the green stalk, but even indoors, some of them need to be staked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If they got a lot of fruit on them, they'll want to fall over, and then they'll just be like in the dirt, and that's not good.
Here's an example of one that's going to need to be up potted. This is a 1-gallon grow bag. This will
Yeah,
need to be up
that.
potted. You can kind of just tell it's stretching. It's not bushing out so much.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's getting flowers. It's got fruit on it too. But
Ooh,
I feel
who
like
is
you can kind of. What is it?
who is that?
This is my candyberry tiny totem.
Oh, okay.
Well, check it out. They're both. So you're starting to see
Variation. Yeah.
variation yet.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah,
that's what happens when you go to stabilize people. You
that's
have
right.
to grow like 30 plants.
Here's one I still haven't up potted,
All right.
which has all kinds of flowers on it. So that just
Mhm.
shows like this is a 2-inch pot from Bootstrap Farmer. And that's what I start my micros in, almost all of them. You can see there's not much going on here, but I love the Bootstrap Farmer 1020 trays. And then they also offer this insert. I really like them because their stuff is made so well.
Yeah.
There's links to, well, you can go to bootstrapfarmer.com, but you can get some of their stuff on Amazon too. So the links for that are in the show notes too.
I just talked about them in one of my videos because I left a bunch of pots over in Pepperville, and there were different ones. There was Bootstrap Farmer. There was ones I got from Amazon, and then ones I got from it's like a superstore or whatever where they sell like bulk. And the Bootstrap Farmer, hard as a rock still.
I know.
All summer and up to this point, like last week, all winter in those conditions. And they were 3-year-old pots too. I've been using those
Wow.
for 3 years. And then the other ones I bought were cracked and just falling apart, melted from the sun. Okay,
You really do get what you pay for. Like, I know it can seem exorbitant,
quality
but
stuff.
I've got some bootstrap trailer outside right now, 5-inch pots. That will be their second winter outside. They fade a little bit, but you can run over them with a truck.
Yeah.
So highly recommend. So I start my micros in these, as I mentioned, in the tray. Sometimes humidity dome, sometimes not on a heat mat. You certainly don't need to, but so here's, obviously I should have up potted these a long time ago. I've got 3 in here, and so maybe I'll discard the other 2. Maybe I'll plant the other 2, but they go. I don't know if I have any new ones.
So with your micros, I remember you've said this before. You don't use the same method as you do with your indeterminates.
No. So
because
with
it's not going to grow tall like indeterminates. So
right. Yeah, my method, for those of you that may not know, for starting seeds is so I had an example. I don't know what I did with it. Filling up the vessel actually I have a slide, I think, halfway with soil, starting the seeds, and then continually adding soil.
And these are for your indeterminates, not
these are for my indeterminates. I don't really do it with dwarfs either. It just doesn't work. Well, here's sort of an example.
Yeah, so the pot's only halfway full.
Yeah.
And then as they get taller and you put the dirt up the stem, then all that stem will grow roots and it creates a stronger, healthier plant. So I did that last year and it made a big difference. Plus, I felt like they just get going. Like once you've buried that root, they're just like, and then they just want to start taking off.
For sure. Berry.
Healthier plant.
Berry, yeah. But I don't do it for micros and dwarfs because most of them, there's not enough stem to do it. Mm-hmm. So just another reason why, Jen's tip of using the Bigfoot mycorrhizae, when you up pot, it just gives it a little boost, but you will have healthy roots. If you need to bury the stem, chances are it's not a micro or mini dwarf. Excuse me. Let's look at some more of your setup and then we'll take more questions. All right. So this is Jen's setup
this year.
So tell us what's going on in all these.
So I got the metal shelving system last year, and it actually is a 4-shelf system, but you can move the shelves. And last year I didn't move them. So my plants I think one of the reasons my plants got so big that they were touching the light, and your plants will burn. And I was burning and they dry out. Yep. So I separated them a little bit. So it's only 3 shelves now. And so for the bushier, shorter plants, that's great. But then there's some that, like you said, are mini dwarves or dwarves. And so I got another area, if you want to show that other picture. Yeah, that one where I got some new fancy lights. I had a friend, you know who you are, thank you. He sent me one of those lights, and then I got another one from Ben because I just had so much surface area that I needed to cover. So he bought me another one. And there I am. That's Jennifer, 2 Jennifers right now. And I am as tall as you. Keena is a little bit shorter, but they are so big. Like you and I are almost as tall as me. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
they here on me.
Wow.
But those lights
they must be some pretty powerful lights then.
I like them because they're on like this pulley system. So you just grab the string, pull the light up to where you want it, and then grab the other end of the string and it cinches them up. So they're so easy. I had them way down low when the plants were small. And as the plants grew, I just kept cinching the lights up.
Wow.
But yeah, they're doing really well. They're fruiting like crazy. Another thing you want to do if you're growing indoors is you got to mess with your plants, whether that be an electric toothbrush, just slap them around a little bit, because tomato plants, tomato flowers pollinate themselves, but they need to have a little action, a little wind action. If you don't have a fan on them or anything like that. I did not mess with them for a week around like Christmas time. I was just watering them, but I forgot to slap them around because usually that's what I'll do. I'll just like give them a little slap like that. And that's really all it needs to pollinate. I do have a power toothbrush, but usually it's just quicker for me to just shake the pan or whatever. But yeah, and a bunch of the flowers just fell off because I
Yeah.
didn't do that for a week. Like
Yeah.
they had flowered, and I went down to shake them, and the flowers just literally will fall off if they're not pollinated.
Mm.
And I was like, dang it.
That's
So
a good
you got to slap your plants around, guys. Don't forget to smack them.
I just put the links to Jen's grow lights in the comments, but again, all of this is in the show notes. Ooh, I don't think that link turned out very good now that I'm looking at it. Just look in the show notes, gang. She's got a couple grow lights in there, and all three of them are mentioned.
Yeah, so the other ones on the other shelf are just cheapy. They're not actually qualified as like grow lights. They don't have the spectrum, but they're just these, and there's 4 of them, and they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
For as many as you get, but they don't have like that light spectrum. And some people say that it helps your plants, like also like the flavor of the tomatoes. I can't say whether that's true or not because I've taste tested some of the tomatoes that were underneath these lights, the cheapy ones. They tasted good. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know for sure. Let me put that back before I drop it. But yeah, so those are the lights I use. I got some fancy ones and I got some not so fancy ones. I've even got shop lights on that other big black shelf that's not being used too much.
Yeah, that works.
Regular old Walmart shop lights. They get plants going. They may not do the best at like with fruiting, which maybe that was my problem years past.
Do you have a grow light bulb in the shop light?
It's just whatever it came with.
Just
It's
a regular light bulb.
LED shop light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ben's got some of them out in his garage.
Yeah.
But they were something to get started with. You know, if you don't have a lot and you want to just at least learn how to start seeds and just get them going, you know, each year I progressively get more things that help me get better at it. So you don't have to go all in. Just get, you know, if you only have so much money, just start small, start cheap, learn how to grow the seeds. And then, you know, you can build on that. Learn, oh, well, this is a little more expensive because it's a little better. Now I want to try that and, you know, get better and better and better. And
I tried the cheapy 10 by 20 trays. And then once I felt a bootstrap, I'm like, I know it's a lot, but I'm going to get these.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend your 10-20 trays because you use those a lot. Like that's what look at this. I've got, I think these are 3-gallon, 2 3-gallon pots. This is a bootstrap farmer.
Yeah, that's great.
Look at that. It's not bending. It's not cracking. And these are soaked in water. It's heavy, okay? Even the ones that are on Amazon that are sturdier, they are still not bootstrap. They are better than like cheapy ones.
Yeah.
They're not bootstrap farmers.
No, they're not.
Like you said, I'm pretty sure I could run over it with my car and it would
think so.
I really do.
And they're made in the USA, which is nice too.
Yes, that's even better.
I keep a lot of my micros in the 10 by 20 trays also, but some are just kind of scattered. So I have these 8-inch saucers that work great under these grow bags. I have the link in the comments to those two. I mean, you could use anything really. I
have a few that I just have
for a while to find like the size that work the best.
They have those at every spring. They'll have those. I mean, they're cheap and they break easily, but they'll have like a set of 4 or 5 or something like that. It might be 2 now. Who knows with the Dollar Tree? But just those little plastic clear pots.
Yeah.
I got a funny story. The other day, Ben went to Dollar Tree, and this is not tomato related at all, but it's hilarious. And he goes to check out, and he got one of those hand scrubber thingies. You know it's a glove, right? But you use it to wash yourself.
Oh, okay.
Right? He went to check out, and the checkout lady was like, "What is this?" And he goes, "Oh, it's one of those bath mitts." She goes, "Oh, Good. I thought we were selling gloves, like, winter gloves, one at a time now. Wouldn't surprise me. Like, you know what? Yeah, Dollar Tree. She goes, it'll probably be a thing soon.
Not everybody has two hands.
Wow, that's true. That's true. I just thought that was funny. So
let's get to some comments.
Yes, please.
Lauren M. I just cleaned my seed starting stuff this week from seed starting last season. I had to find the motivation. I'm with you, Lauren, for sure. Oh, yeah, Mary, you're right. It was Bunny. What did I say? It was Lil Peeps. Yeah, Lil Peeps was small. It was Bunny Hop. That was the right
Bunny
name.
Hop. Yeah, there's Bunny
I
Kisses.
was thinking of
Chocolate Bunny. You've never heard of Chocolate Bunny?
No. As a micro?
I don't. You know
That's
what?
not a thing.
I'm wondering if it is now because you've never heard of it. I thought it was micro, but now I'm like, honey, look that up. What did you do, Jen? Did you plant another full-size plant?
No, even
I just get so excited about things.
there's chocolate room surprise, and there's
chocolate bunny. Chocolate bunny. You know I love bunnies.
I do. So but that would mean somebody took Ellie's bunny theme, used it as their own.
What?
Because it's not hers. Everything with bunny in the name is from Ellie at Bunny Hop Seeds.
Oh,
Michael says it's a full-size plant, chocolate bunny.
Chocolate. Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
No wonder why I haven't heard. If it was a micro, I think I'd know.
It's okay. I got lights for it. It's fine. I thought there for a second you were talking about my bunny rabbit. I forgot that her name is Ellie.
Oh,
my rabbit's name is
that's
Ellie.
Funny.
And I was trying to figure you out. I'm like, what's she talking about? Somebody stole my rabbits. I am following now. Continue.
Let's get to some more. Oh, Illustration Station says growing micros for the first time. Orange hat. They are doing great. Just starting to put on fruit. That's like the gateway plant that gets everybody started. It's a very pretty plant.
That might be one because I did have a friend. I don't know if she's here. Nicole Smith. She grew that outside. And she taste tested, I think it was Orange Hat last year. And she liked it. But what do you want to go ahead and tell them what we've concluded about micros?
Yes. The three of us completely stand by that we believe micros taste better when grown indoors.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For mine, they're healthier. They're
tastier. I don't know whether it's the sun. I don't know whether they just don't need all that sun or I honestly don't know. But maybe Orange Hat is the exception because Nicole liked it and it was grown outside. Because I remember her tasting it. I was like, oh, she likes it. And then she's like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I like it.
Some people like it.
She heard that it wasn't all that great. And again, growing conditions can play a big part. If your soil is lacking, so is the flavor of your tomatoes.
Yeah, for sure.
You do have to invest in good soil. Don't skimp out on that. I bought some last year from Lowe's, potting soil that I just put out. And I've got these big old rectangular grow pots. They're like grow pots like this, separated in I think 4 or 8.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Different.
And I bought this stuff because they're pretty big and I had to really, put a lot of soil in them. And I got this stuff from Lowe's. It was $2 a bag. It was basically wood. There was nothing. I was just looking at it. I was like, this is mulch. It looked like mulch.
Wow.
And they were passing it off as potting mix. And I'm like, that no. And my plants looked like I put them in mulch too. Just straight mulch. No. They struggled all summer long.
It really does make such a huge difference.
Yeah. You got to have something that is not it's broken down for one. So wood's not going to work. And
even if you can't afford to fill up all your pots directly with this, mix it into something else.
Yeah. The other thing that we talked about, that's a little cheaper. Mixing the really, really good stuff with something that's good, but not as, I can't lift it again. Hold on. Pro mix here. It's backwards again. Okay. But yeah, it's moisture,
Ah, there you go.
potting mix. So, but there's also, I didn't bring those, but you could put those. What are they? Moisture holding pearls, or I can't remember
Oh
what they.
yeah, I've never used those.
I used them in my I've got rain gutters attached to the side of my house that I grow lettuce in, and they're a rain gutter, so there's like this much soil. It dries out like every day. So if you put those in it, it doesn't dry out. It only
Ah,
dries out like every 3 days. I had to
good
water
tip.
them. But yeah, they do hold the moisture. And don't put too many of them in it because I learned the hard way of that. I put them in one pot and I mixed in what I thought was a good amount, and it wasn't. It rained for like an entire day, and it basically
Oh,
buckled my pot. Like it pushed on my pot. And then all of those little crystals held on to all the water and just were splooging out onto my deck.
oh shoot.
I was just like, okay, that might have been a little, but yeah. So
Hi, Lashandra. Dang, your plants look awesome and healthy, 3 in 1 little pot. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not sure why it looks good with 3 in the pot.
well, I've got one too, but mine don't look as good as yours.
They
I,
really shouldn't look this good.
I've
I don't
got.
know why they are.
I'll show you guys this one. This one's got 3 in a pot, and then it's also got some pea shoots. I think.
Oh, that's 3 in a pot?
I don't know what these are. I think these are sugar snap peas. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, and these are the ones that I thought were gonna die. This is Purple Boy, my purple boys.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was too lazy. This was the only other bag that I had, and I was too lazy to get another one. I was like, all you purple boys are all huddled in together. See how you do. It's an experiment. And sometimes that's how you learn.
Sometimes it is how you learn it.
Sometimes you're like, oh,
I've
that
put
worked.
2 in a bag before.
I have several
They
too.
were very small ones. They were like tiny. They did okay.
I am making everything filthy.
I know. I've got soil all over my desk here.
I smell good though.
Mike wants to know, do either of you use a light meter?
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. So I guess that would be a no, but Mike, make sure you
I'm guessing that's like tells you how much brightness.
Yeah, maybe I just trust my grow lights. And I use a couple different ones too. Here's showing one of them. There's 3. I talk about them all the time. There's 3 companies that essentially make the same exact grow light, but in different colors: Arrow Garden, Root Farm, and Black Magic. Root Farm, I think, has been discontinued. Arrow Garden, they don't have them on Amazon right now, but I did hear they're coming back into business, which means they're Black Magic, but they're 45-watt LED tabletop things. They're sitting here on some oat milk cartons because while they're adjustable, I needed to raise them a little bit more. But I have like 15 of them around my basement right now. And this is my shelving setup. I didn't show the shelving unit, but I've got set up like Jen's, but Jen's is nicer because my shelves are fixed. I can't move them. So my plants can only get so high. The lights are adjustable. And so I have a link to these lights too, but the ones I really find are the superstars for me as far as growing micros are these, where'd they go? Are these tabletop lights, and they are not cheap at all. But the Arrow Garden, I know I've seen on sale. I think Walmart often has them. I've seen them as low as like $70. And I know Michael got one on Facebook Marketplace.
Nice.
And I believe Malachite Jen got one on Facebook Marketplace too. This is one of those things that I believe you may be able to work. Here's a lot of my things right now. And you can see they're all different colors. That's because I always bought the one that was on sale or cheapest at the time. But I worked up to having this many, and yeah. For me, I actually started with Rob and I with our tomato seedlings a couple of years ago. I don't know how we originally found this tabletop grow light, but we just found our seedlings were doing so much better when started under there. We didn't yet have our shelving system though. So I love those grow lights. Link is in the show notes to the Black Magic one. It's not on sale right now. It's like $109 at Amazon. But if you have a shelving unit like Jen and like I do, I also have these lights. I got them on Amazon. You can daisy chain them. I forget exactly what they are, but again, in the show notes for that. Arrow Garden still has them on Amazon in Canada. Price fluctuates a lot. Good to know, Michael. I was expecting to see them because I know they had them right before Christmas. And right now, maybe because they're restarting things, I don't know, but it seems like the Arrow Garden isn't. But I think you can find them on Walmart.com quite a bit. So I can speak from experience. All three of them, they are the exact same light, just different colors, and just go with what's less expensive. What else? I was just showing some of my. Some of them I wanted to be micros, and they clearly aren't, so I won't be growing those out. I've got one by where is it? A new one, not yet released. Ellie from Bunny Hop Seeds has asked me to help her.
Oh, cool!
Right now it's BR549. And she said it's the sweetest micro she's ever bred, so something to look forward to.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I can't believe Bunny Hop. Of course, that was the variety. Again, you're right, Mary. They were fuzzy.
I'm not sure
Jen, are you doing the winter sowing?
I actually got out my containers yesterday, and I brought in my soil tub. So now my soil tub will be in the kitchen for the next 4 or 5 months.
Yep.
But yeah, I was actually planning on starting either tomorrow or Sunday, getting my containers ready to do my winter sowing. I said I was going to cut myself off at 100 containers. I'm going to do 100 and then say that's enough. Because I was just like, I want to grow everything. And I want to winter sow everything. But I have learned, I've done it 2 years now. Or is it 3 years? I've learned certain things don't like to be winter sown. Basil. What's something else? There's a couple other things that don't. I think nasturtiums. Some things they just do not do well. It's just better to just start them in little pots.
Yeah.
And not do them like that. But I've learned basil just does so much better when I start them in the same little pots that I start my tomato seeds in. Yep. And then just pot them, just rip them apart and put them in the ground that way.
Yeah, they can be quite drama kings and queens. Like I often find basil that I direct sow does a lot better than when I, pre-sow it and then transfer it outside for some reason.
Yeah.
I've got my African blue basil. I've got a cutting of it growing in my kitchen. I'm trying to keep it going so I can use the suckers from it for next season, because that's the one you can't get the seeds for.
That's right. Yeah, you gave me some of that.
But did it die?
It didn't die. It didn't do all that well because of where I put it.
Okay.
I put it over where there's like this giant tree, because it was over at Materville, and I didn't realize that tree shaded that part of Materville. It's just that little corner, and it's in shade for most of the day. So it just didn't. Well, and plus, like, I don't know, it could have been that, or it could have been my crap summer. Like, it was 100 degrees.
You did have a crap summer, yeah.
And it didn't rain, and I didn't water.
No, I didn't either. Although we had the drought also, and mine, you saw the picture of my biggest one. It was massive. And I didn't water it either, but yeah. It got a lot of sun though. Maybe it just really likes a lot of sun. I don't know.
Maybe the deer ate it too.
It's in my, yeah, maybe. It's in my kitchen windowsill, which doesn't get full sun. So it's growing very, very tall, reaching for the sun, but I'm going to keep it alive. God forbid I spend another $8 on a plant from Etsy.
Is that where you got it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called African Blue Basil, gang. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a special basil that doesn't have seeds. It doesn't go to seed, and it's the prettiest basil I've ever grown. Second is the Mariani African and Opal basil, but that is the prettiest one I've ever grown.
That one does have seeds. I'm pretty sure
that one does. Yeah.
Okay, I have seeds for that one. Yeah.
That's from Experimental Farm Network.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's get rid of. Not sure where the comment came from. Oh,
Where are you at with comments?
I don't know. Michael put up this last one. I can't find it.
No, I put that one up.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, then you need to take it down.
Okay, I don't.
I mean, you don't, but I don't know where it is to
I
remove it.
okay, I'll find it. I've been scrolling, looking, trying to catch up. Okay, there we go. I found it. Bye. I forgot that's how you take it down. I thought I had to hit another comment. That's why I was like looking. I was like hashtag tomato, hashtag tomato. Where are you at in the comments? An hour? Is that correct?
An hour? No. I mean, I've been realizing that we can't get to them all, so I've just been kind of scattering around.
Okay, that's good because I don't even know where I'm at.
Karen, this is a great point, and I find it to be so true. Also, I've noticed that bottom watering has greatly reduced the number of flies. I find it works for me, but I'm still like when they get to be about this big, I do put some water on top, but I do soak it in the sink for a couple minutes. For me, the flies, honestly, and Jen, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like it really depends on the variety too. Do you find that?
How buggy?
How buggy it is.
Yes.
I have a theory that they really like the tomatoes that are sweeter.
Yeah. I've noticed that too.
True or not.
I will put those little sticky traps in certain tomatoes that I noticed the bugs are they're on I had the little, what are the red ones?
Yeah, that's what I've got on these. I don't know what they are, but this plant is not bad at all, and it still has some.
Choose. Like they will pick and choose. Like pepper plants. Oh my lord! If you want to have a what do they call those crops? You plant them just so that they can keep the other crops from dying.
Seriously, I grew a couple of the micro peppers in my hydro unit, and it was good for a while. But peppers, they just get so buggy.
I answered this question already. Do micro dwarf tomatoes need to be hand pollinated, grown indoors? Yep, you got to slap them.
Honestly, I don't.
You not jiggle them at all?
No.
There's something going on in your basement that causes
probably me running around like a lunatic all the time.
No, and maybe
I'm not saying it doesn't work. Maybe it does. I don't.
And maybe you mess with them, just like coming down and checking on them, and like.
Oh, I do. Well, I take them and I'll move them. I move them to water them. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta jiggle them, But if there's absolutely no movement, I have noticed that the flowers will just fall right off because there'll be trusses where I've slapped it, and I've specifically slapped those, and then the other truss where it was a week and I saw flowers on it, but I didn't touch it, didn't do anything. Every single dang flower will just fall off.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. But yeah, I believe that you do. I think you do need to have some sort of movement, air movement, a fan on them, slap them, jiggle them. I don't know, whatever. A power toothbrush. Michael told me I needed to go at him with a power toothbrush. So I
do that with my outdoor tomatoes, but I don't do it growing micros indoors.
Outdoor, even just the slightest bit of wind will pollinate them. But if you're in your basement,
I don't have problems with production on my micros. I do move them to water them though, so they get some movement.
Down and slapping them. I'm telling you.
No, I don't water at their station, so I get them. I move them to the sink, so that's the movement they get.
He's slapping them because he's jealous.
Jerry's here. Hi, Jerry. Oops. I got a laptop for Christmas, and I'm terrible with this thing. I've never had one before, so it's all new to me. I hope I'm doing something right. Well, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry.
That's a nice gift. Yay for the laptop.
No, Michelle, it's not blue spice basil. It's called African blue basil.
And it's sterile.
It's sterile.
Yeah, I actually showed that I think I showed it in the video that I just put up of me cleaning up Materville because the blue spice basil was there, and I showed how I crushed the flowers that were on the blue spice basil. Nothing is in the little flower pods, but then there was the other basil that you gave me. What was that? Give me another basil.
Biryani African and opal.
No, it's just one word, and it wasn't that long. I can't think of it.
I don't know.
But but I crushed it up, and you could see the little black balls, the tiny little black balls, and those are the seeds. But the blue basil didn't have them, so that's why it's sterile. Because if you don't continue to propagate it, there's no seeds that are going to come from it that you can replant.
Yeah, I'm looking at I found the link on Wikipedia to the African blue basil. It says it's a hybrid basil variety, a cross between camphor basil and dark opal basil. It is one of few types that are perennial. African basil plants are sterile, unable to produce seeds of their own, can only be propagated by cuttings. So I will put that in the comments for anybody that wants to check that out. But I bought a plant on Etsy last winter for I forget who, but I'm sure you'll find others that sell it. And then I keep propagating and taking the suckers, and I really, really loved it, and really tasty too. The bush got massive.
It's really beautiful. I've never gotten a basil plant as big as what you had.
I had never either. That was a beautiful basil.
Epic gardening, Deanna. That was the video I was talking about that tried out like the 15 different soils.
Oh, okay.
Epic gardening. Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're huge. They've got like a 10 million subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good.
But I really liked that. I thought, oh my gosh, they did I literally 15 different bags of soils, and there was quite a few that I could purchase, and I was just wondering. And the one
I used Pro Mix for growing, not that Pro Mix, but a different Pro Mix for growing microgreens. They're a nice company for sure. It's like the BX or the DX or something like that. It's basically like Coco Coir, I think, and some mycorrhizae in there. Michael, you want a micro video for watering in the sink? Yeah, that would be a very boring video. But I must have shown it in growing micros from start to finish. I must have. Well, maybe not. But yeah, we have a bathroom down here in our basement. I carry the plants over, and when they're...
Oh, is that how you do it? Is that how you water? Well, see, right there, you've moved your plants.
That's what I spent just the last 5 minutes telling you. They get a movement from watering.
Here's what I water with. I was going to show this. So I have 2 buckets, and I'll take them out because right along my basement wall on the outside is a spigot. So I fill these up, and then I let them get to the temperature that the basement is, because I think that cold water, like super cold water, the plants don't like that. So if it's like room temperature water, I mean, I've done it before where they needed water and I just brought the water right from outside in, but usually I'll let it sit in these buckets. Plus, because I'm on city water, there's crap in the water, and they say if you let your water air out, some of that will
go really away. That's good to know.
So just letting it sit for 24 hours is better for your plants than pouring all the chemicals on them, which I don't think makes a huge difference, but a little bit is something.
Yeah.
So, but
especially for micros where they're, they put so much, they're tiny plants, and they put so much energy into fruiting and ripening. So what you see here, like a lot of my plants, once they start to ripen fruit, they'll start to look like crap. And it's just normal. The plant needs the energy to put into fruiting, because so often it's like a lot of tomato and not a lot of foliage. So your foliage will start to die, and that's okay.
Clean it off and fertilize, and then hope some more will pop up somewhere. I mean, there are, I guess we didn't talk about that either, that there's some, I guess, indeterminate micros, or what do you want to say? Is that what it is? Indeterminate?
No, I mean, I have a Vilma plant that is almost 2.5 years old. She looks like she's on her last leg, but
and then there's some that they'll put on all their fruit, and then they die. They're not gonna.
Right. And it's not something that most micro vendors talk about. I didn't even know you could have a indeterminate micro.
Or a determinate, which means,
Yeah. I mean, Vilma just kept going. Joe Chalos is another one.
Maybe they don't know. Maybe vendors just don't know.
I don't think they do.
I
don't think they do. But there was somebody else in the group recently who said they had like an almost 3-year-old Vilma again. And I'm like, Did I write that comment? I didn't write that. It was a man I know. So, or not a man that I know, but I know it was a man and not a woman who said it. But um, so yeah, some of them definitely will fruit again. I try to put as much of that information as possible in the spreadsheet that we have in TLC, but I haven't grown every micro. And some of them I honestly like, I'll get the fruit from it, I'll save the seeds, and I'll let die so I can make room for other things. Sounds very evil, but must be done.
Yeah, sometimes it has to be done. I got a question. What do you ladies do with the soil after growing a micro inside? Do you use new soil for indoor and use used soil for outside? So I think I touched on that a little bit where I said I brought my micro pots from outside in and just planted in them again. But I have just sometimes dumped this into the garden. Like when I feel like I want new stuff in it, I'll just dump it into a garden bed and then refill the pot. But I'll sometimes also reuse it if I think that it's still like got good soil to it. Because last year when I filled these up and put my micros in them, and then I put my micros outside, it got super hot, super fast, and didn't go away. So most of my micros just shriveled up and died really quick. So I felt like they didn't really use up all the nutrition.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I just brought them back inside and thought, I'm not going to dump these because there's probably still a lot of good stuff left in them. And clearly there are, because they're doing okay once I get them in these pots.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess it depends on how big your plant gets or how much you feel like you've had to fertilize to keep your plant healthy. If you're noticing that you got to fertilize it a lot, then the soil is probably spent. And you should dump it out. And I would say dump it in a garden bed because it's still adding.
That's what I do. I don't reuse
the
soil indoors. I guess, like you said, it would depend on how long it's in there. But like if I were to take this micro out now, there would be very little soil attached to it because it kind of takes up the bag. I mean, I would reuse it if it didn't overstay its welcome in the pot. But in general, like I said, I do use it. We have a dumping spot in the backyard that I will amend that soil and I'll use it for my outdoor pots. I don't discard it because it's gold, but I do tend to use new soil with each new planting.
Not trash. Like even when I have all my little seedlings, like I will start a ton of seedlings and I'm not going to plant them all. So then I do try to sell a few of them. I give away a bunch. But then there's a ton of them that eventually when I start putting all my plants in the ground, they get neglected. They dry up, the plants die, and then it's just a dead plant in a bunch of soil. So I'll sit there and take out all the seedlings, knock off all the soil into the tub, and either put that into a garden bed or some of it are these pots. I'll put that stuff in these pots or in my compost bin. I've put it in my compost bin too and just mixed it all in because the peat moss is like acidic. It helps add acidity to your soil, and tomatoes love acidic soil. So
they sure do.
I mean, I used to do that. I don't know that I did it last year, but I used to have like a big old bag of just straight peat moss, and I would put like a big old handful in every hole when I was planting up my
I don't do that. I'll have to look into that. Janet Yellen's checking in from Chile, Minnesota. We're at 90 minutes already.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Make sure you guys get right in #tomato. And
trying to look to see if I covered everything. Oh, like fertilizer. What like liquid fertilizer do you use?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Okay.
The water soluble one.
Got this that I bought. This is Jack's Classic Veggie Feed 12-15-30. And I was going to say what I do with this because it's water soluble is I've got one of these this is what I winter sow in too. I use these jugs for everything. So I'll actually dilute it in here and then dilute it even more in my 5-gallon bucket. It's not the best method, I would say, because I don't really know the ratio of anything.
Well, it must be working, right?
But yeah, I mean, I can tell if my plants don't look happy, then I'm probably, and that could go either way. They could be happy because I'm over fertilizing or because I'm under fertilizing. Sometimes you can't tell the difference.
Right.
So, maybe find a better method than me, but that's kind of what I do. If you're interested.
The water soluble version of this is in a black bag. And I just mix that in a pitcher, and I will use that to fertilizer because it's got all the good stuff: the mycorrhizae, the biochar, kelp, worm castings, humic acid. The biochar and humic acid are really great for germinating seeds too.
Mm.
You can mix
Yeah,
a little bit.
I saw a video pop up in my Facebook. Was it Facebook feed or maybe it was YouTube feed? Is how to make your own biochar.
Oh, really?
And something about like your plants will never be happier. And I was
Oh, I
like,
never.
good biochar. I was just like, that looks like nice stuff.
I've only been hit to the biochar thing for like the past year. I missed the memo on that.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we draw
Yeah, I think I
our
talked about it.
prize?
I'm looking around at all my mess. Oh, there's also, I guess, did you talk about these things? I'm not good at these. And I'm embarrassed to show you guys because I keep trying. But this poor plant, she's dead.
Oh, no, we didn't talk hydroponics.
Yeah, there's like a hope garden or arrow gardens, and you can grow just a couple of plants if all you got is room for a little something on a tabletop.
Yeah.
You can start trying to grow. Don't follow my instruction because I have. I mean, it's got tomatoes on it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe the bat came out because it's supposed to. Your water needs like air, so it puts air in the water, the little bubbles or whatever. If you don't have that, you can add hydrogen peroxide. So says Michael. So, but I still killed it, Michael. I don't know what happened.
And you, other than Michael, who's a crazy person with that stuff in general, like a unit like that, you want to pay attention to the height of the micro because it all, so often when we're starting micro dwarfs, we're like, oh, 14 inches, I can do that. And yeah, you could. It's really difficult. And there's so many other great short ones that will make your life easier. Short and productive ones.
Short-lived as well. Okay, I'm talking now.
All right, I'm gonna try to see if this giveaway tool works. If it doesn't, I've got a backup. So this is for the $25 gift certificate to tomatoeden.net. Thank you, John Kramer, once again for your generosity.
That's very awesome.
Everybody do a drum roll. Maybe this will work. Nothing.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
No, not you. I'm looking at the giveaway tool. Not working. The winner is nobody. Say anybody in there? Oh, for goodness sakes.
Are you trying the Eve Mux thing again?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Well, that clearly didn't work, so we go to plan B. Okay.
Did they tell you that they'd worked it out? Or were you just
No, they keep saying, hang on. I'll put you right back in, Haley. They keep saying that, they'll come on live with me and help me. And I kind of don't want to do it. Maybe I'll just do a special live for troubleshooting because it would really be convenient to be able to do that through EV Mux because now I'm paying for this other thing, which is the whole purpose of getting rid of StreamYard. All right, let me restart this. So this is for $25 gift certificate to Tomato Eden. Here we go. How many entries do we have? It's a lot. Big wheel. We've had a big Tamira. Congratulations, Tamira. So if you can private message me or email me, I'll get you in touch with John Kramer. Congratulations.
Yes, congrats. Enjoy seed hunting.
Private message me in the group, or if you need to email me, it's lernie@me.com. And yeah, seed hunting will be great. $25 off, and it's 25% off right now. I forget when she said that ends, but yeah, you get to take advantage of it. So thanks again,
John. The 7th, so get in there and get on it. I feel like it was the 6th or the 7th because I thought, well, if you can just make it a little longer without doing it,
I swear, I literally just placed an order like a week before she put up the sale. Dang it. All right, so I guess that's it. Hoping that we answered your questions and covered all things about growing micros indoors during the winter. I love them. Jen loves them. I think I think a lot of tomato people look down upon them, but I don't know what the problem is. They're fun. For me, it helps keep my hands in the dirt,
Mhm.
have tomato scent on my hands, and most of the tomatoes aren't going to be like to die for, like you're indeterminate, but there are good ones.
Yeah,
And if
there's
you
good
haven't
ones.
had a good one, come talk to Jen, Kina, or myself, and we can steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, they're not going to be your like outdoor in the summer slicers that blow you away, but
Right.
they're going to be better than the crap you buy at the store.
Yeah. Why don't we, before we sign off, like just go down your list of favorites taste wise?
I just tried candyberry.
That was your first time trying candyberry?
Yes, I tried growing it last year, and like I said, I put it outside and then it died. Um, I liked. Let's see here. What was the one you just said? Little Sun.
No, I didn't say Little Sun.
Little
We were
Peeps.
talking Little Peeps.
Little Peeps was good. I liked Fat Frog. I know you didn't like that one, but I
Mm.
really, I really liked it. And then I just tried Betalux the other day.
Oh yeah,
It
I've heard that's a good one.
was really good.
I think Kina said she loved that. I have not grown that yet, and I'm not sure
It's
why.
it's like it's this right here, but they're actually some of them are quite bigger, like twice this size.
Wow.
This is a smaller one, but it was really good. What else did I like? House? No, no, no. Was it Christmas tree? House or Christmas tree? The ones from last year, I'm kind of drawing a blank on. I can't quite remember which ones I liked. And then I got kind of bummed out because all of them died and I didn't get to taste any of the ones I tried last winter.
Well, it's a new year.
There's like 10 on the table right now. I got a taste test. There's like a box full of them. I've got like Dynamite Delight. What else is on here? Henry Harrington's Bush.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, Candyberry Yellow. I'm so excited for that one. Is it Pollination?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Pollination or whatever.
Pollination?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, there's like several. I'm
Oh,
getting
good.
test, and I'm so excited.
I'm not even taping any taste tests this year because there's no point in doing a video review of my own micros that I'm stabilizing because there's no point to that. But I am growing some good stuff, which I'm excited about.
What are your favorites? I know you've tasted pretty much all of them. So
well, pretty close, I think. I really like Vilma. I really like Candyberry, although be aware that it's come to our attention in the last 6 months or so that it turns out Candyberry was a hybrid at one point. So you may not get the exact same thing from continual seed saving. But it's still, I don't know what generation I first got, but it is delicious. I love Henry Harrington's. I love Tiny Totem, short plant.
oh yeah,
I've been using it in all of my crosses. I remember last year, maybe around this time, I remember me and Michael were we must, oh, maybe it was Michael's episode. I think I tasted a Tiny Totem on the air and I felt really guilty because I'm like rubbing it in your face because there are these tiny little beefsteaks. Sorry, not sorry.
like over a year ago. That's crazy that we did that.
It must have been. Michael, you were last January, weren't you? Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's crazy.
Pause Pride, Heidi Dolan's new one.
I'm about to start seeds for that. I'm so
excited. A secret seed cartel. That is delicious.
Gigi's Glory. I didn't have seeds for either of those up until recently. So those are ones to start. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I'm
what
excited.
Is the one I was just trying to think of? Pause Pride. I really like Chernichka, which is otherwise known as blueberry. That's from Russia. Oh, and Black Patio was really good. Oh, and Zusa Louise or Sweet Louise. Delicious. The sweetness wise, it was up there with Candyberry, although Kina just tasted it and hers only tested to be like a 6 or 7 on the brick. So
you know what? I think that sometimes even with the bricks tells you that it's like a 6 or 7. It tastes a lot sweeter than that bricks would suggest.
Yeah.
I've tasted a lot of tomatoes and I was noticing when I was looking back, there was ones that I was just like, man, that tastes a lot sweeter than bricks of whatever.
I know, I've noticed that too.
Oh yeah, I think
when I asked Kina about Zusa Louise, she was kind of like, wasn't extraordinarily sweet. For
Yeah.
me, it was like super, super sweet, like 8, 9, something like that. So
Yeah.
you don't know. That one's not a hybrid as far as I know. And we got our seeds from the same place. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think those are my tops. I know I'm missing some, but again, go on to our group wide spreadsheet, which you can find in guides, and every one that I've tasted, except for maybe some of the real recent ones, I've got my review for whatever it's worth
Yeah.
up there with brick scores as
And
of the
take a look
last.
at the size of them before you plant
And
them.
look at the height. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be like Jen.
We've all done it. I've been
Throw
there.
everything everywhere.
So this was fun.
Yes, absolutely. I always love getting together with you and everyone.
Yeah,
And I hate that we don't get to all the comments, but I
I
really,
know.
yeah.
Sorry, guys. But thank you for
Yes. Thank you for commenting and
adding so much joy to our lives and our episodes.
mhm.
Hi, Teresa. I don't know if we said hi to you. I want to make sure we got you. And Lashandra, yes, you should try candy berry. Sounds super sweet, which I love. It is super sweet.
Yeah, mine are like very little.
Yeah, candy berry is.
Tiny little ones. So are my yellow ones too. Oop, I just threw that one across the room. And this is candy berry yellow, and my candy berry red is more circular round than this one.
Well, if you remember what happened with candy berry yellow, it's a hybrid called candy tom yellow, which is how candy berry red started. It was a hybrid. So that's a hybrid seed. So it may eventually grow out to round, but it's not really like if you expect candy berry.
It tastes good.
Yeah, hopefully it tastes good too. Oh, I'm behind in the comments. That's why. Tomatoes learn. Hopefully I answered your question, Drew. Joe Chalos is very tasty. It is. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, Zusu Louise is definitely or Sweet Louise is my favorite orange, but the Joe Chalos was definitely a second.
Yeah, I did like Joe Chalos. Yeah. I was always calling it Jacques.
I was calling it Joe Halos. I was like making the C and the H like Joe Halos. I don't know if it's Spanish. Isn't the CH in Spanish like sh, like that? Or Joe Shot? Joe. I don't know what I'm saying. Joe.
I don't know. I usually pronounce things just like I was taught that the letter was supposed to sound like in English. It doesn't always come out.
Probably your safest bet. So we'll be back, gang, next month on Thursday, February 6th. Yeah. And we will be talking about seed saving. What?
We're coming back next week.
Next week, not for Talk Live, but we'll be doing a live unboxing of Old South seeds next Friday, the 9th?
No,
10th. The 10th. And we'll be doing that at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And then
a little bit earlier for any of you in Europe who are still hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
And thank you, Michael, for being here and helping us out as always.
That stash.
I'm going to go have dinner with the fam. I have both of my kids home still, so I'm going to go enjoy them. So thank you guys for joining in. Thanks again,
so much
John
fun.
Kramer, for your generosity, and we will see you next time.
Enjoy your day, everyone.
Peace, love. Get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Bye, gang.
Bye-bye.